off, clutch in. Now, if I knew what was coming on the other side, I could go into the apex, but I'm not going to do that. Welcome to the Guys with Rides YouTube channel. I'm Rudy Samsel, the co-founder of Guys with Rides. Doing something a little bit different today. We're in my 1998 Porsche Boxster, first generation, equipped with a 5-speed manual and 4 cameras. Between those 4, you'll get a good glimpse of how to shift a manual transmission car as well as Rev Match. Beautiful fall day, some great roads here in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. So I'm gonna narrate as I go through shifting the car. So let's go. So I'm in a local park here. The first challenge is being able to, and what intimidates most people, is how to get out of a hill area. So you see, I'm actually moving back and forth. I'm going to wait for this 80,000-pound dump truck to go. But right now, I have the clutch all the way in, my foot on the brake. There's another car coming. So what you have to learn is the clutch bite point, and that's where the clutch engages between the transmission and the engine. So in here, I'm genuinely throttling it, and it becomes a dance of right and left foot movements. So starting from a stop, this is a nice level stop. What do you do? So in this, right now, car's idling, we're in neutral. Now to start out on level ground, I put the clutch in, move it to first. And I talked about the bite point earlier. You need to learn the bite point. So a bite, it's a dance between your right foot for the gas and the left foot for the clutch pedal. So I'm just going to do it without. I'm going to show the bite point without doing the accelerator. What happens? Okay. So she's starting it. On this car, if you're very careful with it, you can actually. There's an example of me on level ground being able to start the car, get the car moving with a very ginger clutch pedal. I'm going to do that again. All right, you can see my foot is not on the gas, and very gingerly, I'm able to get the car going, but it's lugging a little bit, if you see. But it is possible. Now, I could not do that when we were at the park starting out. There's no way you can do that, so you have to make that dance between the clutch pedal and the accelerator pedal on an incline. The car's rolling backwards, it's that dance. But on level ground, fun fact, at least on this car and many others. If you're still learning, or if it's a very steep hill, another trick you can do is, especially if you have a handheld brake like this, it makes it very convenient. What I'm doing is holding the button, and that holds the car while I make the transition. What's the difference between rev matching and heel and toe? Rev matching is pretty much what I use for street use. And that's where you blip the throttle just before you're going to make a shift. By doing that, you're better matching the revs of the engine to the next gear down. You don't need a rev match going up. That's considered power shifting. Not going to do that in my beautiful Boxster. But to save the clutch and wear on the drive line, you want a rev match in a manual transmission car. Otherwise, if you don't do that, particularly on the lower gears, you're going to get lurching. Heel and toe is a process where you use the ball of your right foot and twist and go through the gas pedal. I'm not very good at it, quite frankly, but on the street, that's a combination of brake, acceleration coming out of a turn on a racetrack. And really on the street, we're not out to save tenths of a second out here. It's more about the enjoyment of the ride. And that's why I'm not going to explain that today. All right, so I'm coming from a stop. What am I doing? All right, so I'm going to put it in the first gear. You see the car is not rolling, so it's just a matter of giving it a little bit of gas as I release the clutch and I get going. At about 4,000 RPMs, let go of the gas, push the clutch in, and I go to the second gear. I happen to know that the stop sign is up here, so that's why I'm not going too fast. All right, so I'm putting the brake on, and just before I get to complete stop, I put the clutch in. All right, one-lane bridge coming up here, so I have to be careful. Yield to make sure, and it's clear, so I can go ahead and move forward. Take it to 6,000, clutch out, clutch in, gas off, take it to third. Garbage truck up here, you never know if somebody's going to try to pass them on a curve. Luckily, no. That's why I kept it in the third gear until I know the coast is clear. Another blind corner coming up here. There's a good example. Third gear, just right. All right. I'm going to take it to fourth. Gas off, clutch in. Make the shift. All right, so I've been doing a lot of driving on back roads. Let me show you what's involved on a two-lane road or a highway. Right? I've been sticking in second or third gear. So I'm getting in an on-ramp here on what's a divided two-lane road. Take it up there from second to third. Gas off, clutch in. All roads ready doing the speed limit. As I get up to highway speed. Nice long on-ramp. I have nobody around me. Make my signal, get on. Bring it into fourth. So I'm driving now. So I'm on a nice road like this, highway speeds. That's when I put it in the fifth gear. And I can even set the cruise control and be on my merry way. There you go. I'm just driving along on the highway, fifth gear cruising. I'm not going to say my speed, but I'm just under 3,000 RPM. And literally, this is the only time I use fifth gear. There you go. I'm just driving along on the highway, fifth gear cruising. I'm not going to say my speed, but I'm just under 3,000 RPM. And literally, this is the only time I use fifth gear. And as you see on most roads, I'm between second and third gear 90% of the time when I'm off the highway in this. At a minimum, please press the like button. If you haven't done so already, I would encourage you to subscribe. It costs you nothing. It helps the YouTube algorithm spread this channel to other enthusiasts to get the word out about what I'm doing with Guys with Rides. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to check out my main website, guyswithrides.com, or the marketplace, guyswithrides.biz. All right, so now I'm going to make a left turn. First thing I'm going to do is flip the throttle to go from third to second. I was a little delayed on that, and I press the brake to get me slowed down, and then once I'm through the turn, I accelerate. Now I'm on a very windy road back here, but I want to show what I do here. Still in second gear, coming around these turns. All right, as I accelerate from second to third, lift off the throttle, push the clutch in, and make the shift. Tach is at about 3,000 RPMs. And when I'm on these back roads, I like to keep them around 3,000. All right, I'm gonna go from third to fourth. Accelerator off, clutch in, pull the lever back. Okay, we're coming up on a interesting road here, and I'm going to make a left-hand turn. So I signal, flip the throttle as I put the clutch in and downshift from third to second. And then as I make the turn, nice straightaway here, I accelerate through. When I'm ready to shift at red line, put clutch in, accelerator off, make the shift. Similarly, going from third to fourth, accelerator off, clutch in. All right, I'm coming up on a 90-degree turn. So, you get the drill. I'm not going to talk about apex today. Always have to be cognizant of people walking on these roads at any given time. There's a perfect example. Here we go, clutch in, accelerator off, make the shift from second to third. And I'm back down to a one-lane bridge. So this is essentially a 1.5 lane road I'm going on. But it makes a great example because there's a lot of curves and I have to shift from second to third. So here we go. Accelerator off, clutch in. Now, if I knew what was coming on the other side, I could go into the apex, but I'm not going to do that. You always want to be in the right gear at the right time. And in this particular car, country road like this, where there's curves, keeping it around 40 miles an hour, third gear's perfect for it. Coming up on a right-hand turn, so I want to bring it down from third to second. No need to brake on that particular one. That's how you do it. Thanks for watching this video. Please press the like and subscribe button, comment below, and be sure to check out our other videos on this subject, as well as all the great content on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions, you can call me at the number listed below, or be sure to check out our main website, guyswithrides.com.